What type of question is this, Marika?
Inference?
No.
No. Oh.
Sufficient assumption. Yeah, that's right. You know how we know it's a sufficient assumption question?
Require something in order to be inferred.
Not requires. That'd be necessary assumption. Which one of the following, if assumed, would allow the conclusion can be properly inferred. In other words, the conclusion can be properly established if which one of the following is assumed. So it's basically like a strengthening question, but we have to go so far that it's going to prove it. Now, the conclusion is the first part, right? They should not have released the report. And the reason they shouldn't have released it is because, or the chairperson shouldn't have released it is because the chairperson did not consult any other members of the commission. So I would try to predict an answer here. Did you try to predict one? What was your prediction?
That you must consult at least one member in order to release a report.
Okay. Sure, that would work. Before releasing a report, you must consult at least one member. They didn't consult any, so they have a problem.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty good prediction to me. What were you debating?
A and C.
A and C. It would have been permissible for the chairperson to release the commission's report to the public only if most other members of the commission had first given their consent. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Since they had not given their consent, right? It would not be permissible. That's what A says, right?
But I eliminated because it said most other members and only if.
Yeah, only if it's good here.
But the introduction of most.
Yeah, this is a sufficient assumption, not a necessary assumption. So, the way I think about this, the way it's written right now, is it says it's permissible. So P only if most members what gave their consent or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Most gave consent. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
So only if, what does that equal to? Then, right? So then this becomes if permissible, then most gave consent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Contrapositive?
If most don't give consent, not permissible.
Not permissible. Now, is this true that most did not give consent?
Yes.
Yeah. So not permissible. This seems good. You said you're also tempted by C?
Mm-hmm.
The chairperson would not have been justified in releasing the commission's report if any members of the commission had serious reservations about the report's content. Well, the passage says that the chairperson did not consult any other members of the commission about releasing the report before having it released. But maybe all the members knew about the report and didn't have any serious reservations.
So there's a difference between reservations and consent.
There is, because this consent is specifically referring to releasing. And having serious reservations, we don't know whether they had serious reservations or not.
And we don't know about their serious reservations influence releasing.
Well, if it's true, like based on the premise right here, right, we know that the chairperson didn't consult any other members about releasing it, but that doesn't mean that the chairperson didn't consult them about the report. So maybe the chairperson went around to everybody, and everybody's like, yeah, it looks good to me, but they never talked about whether to release it or not. And then so then you ask them, and they say, oh, wait, hold on, I don't think we should release it, I just think it looks good. So maybe no one has any serious reservations. So I think the real problem with C is that we don't know whether the if clause has been triggered or not. If it had been, if we knew from the premises somehow that there was at least one member who had a serious reservation about the report's content. Then we could say, aha, well, given answer choice C, if that was true, and apparently it was, then the chairperson would not have been justified, proves the conclusion. The issue here is that the if clause, if any serious reservations, then not justified. This clause right here, we don't know if it's been triggered. This one we do know, because no one gave their consent, so it's true that most did not. Does that make sense? Cool. Any other questions on this one? Okay.